Macca, bro, how are ya?
Good, mate. It's been a little bit.
Been a minute, bro. How long would it have been?
Shit.
When did you move up here?
I moved up here, 2 years ago? So November, not last year, year before.
Yeah.
I remember it was like 2 weeks before pre-season started.
Just hold it up a little bit, bro, if you can. Just talk
Hello,
there.
hello.
Yeah, there we go. Alright, sweet. Sorry about the fuck around, guys. What were we saying, bro? It's been fucking ages. So we would have been 20s. 20s.
Yeah, playing 20s together. Yeah, and then I moved up here that November, end of that year. It was like a couple of weeks before pre-season. And,
Yeah.
and yeah, so it's been
so you've been up here, 3 years now?
This is my second year.
Second year, yeah. How you liking the GC?
It's hot.
Yeah.
We were just talking before we started. I like the cold weather a lot. I like being comfy in big, comfy, warm clothes and all that. So it was a bit of a change up.
Yeah.
Like I'm from Port Macquarie boy.
Yeah.
So being there was a lot hotter than Sydney and Newcastle and all that. So it was a bit like home.
Yeah.
But yeah, the summertime's
yeah, hot as.
hot as.
Port Macquarie boy, let's jump back to that, eh? Let's go from the start. Who are you? Where are you from?
Sam McIntyre from Port Macquarie. Moved there when I was a couple of years old. My whole family's from Canberra.
Okay.
That's probably why I like the cold.
I was gonna say that's where the cold roots come from.
Yeah, and then we all migrated to Port.
Yeah.
Pretty much because Dad loved the beach, loved surfing, just loved Port more.
Yeah.
To be fair, it's probably a better spot than Canberra.
Yeah.
Was there till I was 17, and then moved to Newey and started my football journey from there.
So were you always a footy player?
Yeah, that's all I wanted to be.
Yeah.
At school, I did anything to get a day off.
Yeah.
As most sporty people would. But
Yeah.
Yeah, I always loved footy.
So growing up in Canberra, do you follow the Raiders?
Yeah, no, I actually do. No,
You do?
Being born there, I was a Canberra fan.
Yeah.
I didn't spend much time there, only a couple of years.
Yeah.
Before I moved over, but yeah, I always claimed Canberra.
Yeah, as home.
Canberra's, I guess, home, and Canberra's my team.
Yeah.
And then as a kid, my dad's first cousin was Ricky Stewart.
Okay.
And so as a kid, I used to be like, oh, my cousin's Ricky Stewart. Like, I'm fucking sick. But, like, no one cared.
Yeah.
Like, no one even knew who he was, but obviously he's a legend.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I always loved the Raiders.
Yeah.
Not anymore, they're shit.
Shit.
But, yeah, no, I always loved him.
Yeah, so grow up in Canberra, moved to Port. What was life in Port like?
Just typical coastal town.
Yeah.
There's not much to do there. I love going back there.
Yeah.
When I was growing up there, I used to think it was shit.
Yeah.
I didn't appreciate it.
Yeah, never do.
Yeah, you never appreciate those sort of things. And going back there now is like best thing ever. Like the beach. I'm like my mum, mum lives here now, but she used to live not even a K from the beach. My dad lives literally 50 meters from the beach.
Yeah.
And best thing ever, just getting up and going over there.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was good. It was had some good friends there, and not so good friends there. And
Yeah.
going back there now is a bit weird. Everyone either loves you or hates you.
Yeah.
So
everyone either loves you or hates you. Why?
Just a bit of I don't know. You could say like tall poppy syndrome.
Yeah, you reckon?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's always all small towns, I guess.
Yeah.
I guess.
So you either get people that are going, oh hey mate, how you going? Or it's like, oh hey mate, how are you?
Yeah. Like I used to get bullied heaps at school.
Really?
Yeah, I used to get bullied heaps at school.
For what?
Just because I played footy and I was alright at it.
Yeah, right.
Like I don't know. I'm a bit of an anxious person, and got my own sort of shit, and I'd always I don't know, just have my shit going on and all that, and then I guess I used to like when I was younger, my parents were divorced, or not divorced, but they went together, separated, and that sort of affected me heaps as a kid.
Yeah.
And so a lot of people didn't really know that, and I was had shit going on, but all I wanted to do was play footy and just
get away from it.
Yeah, get away from it, hang out with mates, and then I'd always take things to heart.
Yeah.
And if I'm being honest, I still do a bit.
Yeah.
I'm not gullible.
Okay.
I'm really not gullible, if you know what I mean. I'm so I just don't believe people, don't trust people, and all that sort of shit. And as a kid, that's pretty dangerous.
Yeah.
And especially high school environment and all that sort of stuff. So I'd play footy and people make make jokes and like.
Yeah, so I was gonna say it's fucking. That's a very hard way to be, bro, in a footy environment, because I know myself that like, and I grew up. I went to boarding school, so like it's you. The language you speak is talking shit.
Yeah,
so like you. Like if someone would talk shit, or or that like whole fucking talk shit mentality, that used to affect you when you were a bit younger.
Yeah, 100%. Like I didn't. That's just high school too. Like fuck, people talk shit, and like you take a joke, and I don't know if you're being serious or not. Like I got mad head noise about it, and I'm like, oh,
wow,
fuck, like shit. Like
So go home and overthink it.
Yeah, let's go home and everything. And just as a kid, because like I'd go home and it wasn't a great environment at home. Like parents loved both of me to death, but I guess they didn't love each other very much. So it was a weird environment at home. So yeah, I'd always stress about that sort of shit. But and then I used to like, I guess, get bullied a bit, like because I was an easy target. Yeah. And so
people knew that.
Yeah, and like I'd start making teams, and like, fuck, I don't know if some people would be like, oh, fuck, you talk shit. Your age group's actually that shit. Like, if you were my age trying to make those teams, you wouldn't have made it. Yeah. And then the next year, I made the team a year up, like a year young, and that sort of like shut those people off, and then and then they just wouldn't talk to me, and like all that sort of shit now, and they were like my best mates. And there's a few there that are like real ones who are always like.
Jealous is a weird thing, bro. Yeah. Like especially with shit like that. That tall poppy syndrome is massive. Like I know, like. It would have been a lot harder when you were younger. I know when I started even doing all this shit, like it was so out of, I was never the kind of guy that would go, all right, fuck it, getting on Instagram and posting photos of myself or whatever. Even the people that you thought were your mates or whatever will talk shit no matter what. And it's always, and I've said this a million times, I think I've said it every podcast, is that you will never ever be judged by people doing more than you. It's always people that are jealous or people that, have a reason to be feeling insecure about what it is that you're doing. So that was rough for you in high school, and then when was it that you moved to Newey when you were 16 for SG or whatever?
So I finished the SG season, then I played the rest of the year Port Sharks. And then I moved when I was 17.
So what's Newey to Port?
It used to be 3 hours.
Okay, so you would do that every week?
I used to do that 3 times a week.
Fuck.
And then stay there Friday. And then during the year, stay there Friday nights at one of the boys' houses.
Okay. So you'd go there for training 3 times a week?
Yeah, and then Gibbsy, I used to stay at Gibbsy's house
all the time. Gibbsy, shout out Gibbsy. Fuck, bro. So you would have been, 16? You wouldn't have had your license, so what, parents were taking you?
Yeah, so I was 15, turning 16 for Harold Mats.
Yep.
Used to travel with the Darks.
Yeah. Is he a Port boy too?
No, he's old bar.
Okay, so that'd be about halfway or something to you, is it?
Yeah, about 45. No, not even.
Not even halfway.
It's like 45 minutes from mine.
Yeah.
Matty Croaks. There's a few other boys in there. Yeah, so it's just mad carpool. Yeah. We used to listen to all this different shit. I remember it used to be it was our turn on the Mondays, and the Wednesdays the Darks would take us, and the Fridays used to be a bit of like do your best.
Yeah, okay.
Sort of thing. It depends who was like in the carpool at the time.
Yeah.
Because we did that for 16s, year young ball. Yeah, for 3 years.
Wow. So, that's some Ks, bro.
That's a lot of Ks and a lot of tight hips.
Yeah, massive.
So especially like it was one year, like one preseason, it's like 4 or 5 of us. So we had to take the big cars, and we had these like little Hilux, and there's like 3 of us in this fucking car.
Yeah.
One of the boys thought he would be hectic. He'd be like, I don't know if I want. So weird he said this, but it was like halfway through preseason, and he had a half session, and he's like, I do not want to sit in the middle, but it was his turn.
Yeah.
And he goes, I will sit. If you let me not sit in the middle today, I'll sit in the middle for every other car trip for the rest of the year. And like, all right, bro. Like, and like, I shoot, like, it is so tight, so small.
Is it like one of the space cab Hilux or whatever?
Yeah, like fucking no room, and if you're sitting like this the whole way, and 3 hours of
nightmare.
Nightmare.
Yeah.
So shout out Cal for doing
that. So that would have been a big toll on you fellas, and especially your parents. Shout out to your fucking parents for doing that, bro.
Yeah, I love them so much. I would not be where I am today.
Yeah.
If it wasn't for them. Like not only like just personally, but just physically.
Yeah, you wouldn't have been able to do it. No way.
No way. So like, Dad was in debt for ages, and Mum was in debt. Like, they sacrificed a lot for me to be able to chase a dream.
Especially when they've got all their own shit going on too, bro.
Because they had all their shit going on. And, like, it was just, I'm so grateful for it. Now, at the time, I was like, fuck, it is a lot. And then
it's not until you grow up and you realise how much time that shit takes.
How much time it takes, like, the commitment to work that they had to sacrifice, the money that they actually had for fuel. And then dad, if it was game day, like, I would stay at a hotel with dad, and so he had to pay for the hotel. And it's just like time off work, and like when I got a bit older, and I sort of asked him like how much it was, and like he didn't want to tell me, but I pushed him out of it, and like he tells me like how much he was in debt. It's like, and what he had to sell for it to do it. And like it makes me like, fuck, like wow, like thank you so much. Like
it's crazy.
I couldn't thank him anymore if I tried.
No, it's good, bro. It's good that you have that gratitude. So 17, moved to Newey. What was that like?
It was fun.
Yeah,
it was fun.
You had a mad team back then.
So we had a mad team. So we won Harold Mats.
Yeah.
And we had like, I think 10 of those boys played NRL now.
It's crazy.
And like that's a lot for a Mats team, especially a Newey Mats team.
Yeah.
So we had a stacked team, and then 20s had some new boys sort of come in, like Hado, like Fari, and so 20s team was pretty good. So a lot of us were actually year young. Just because we had like we had a bit of a gun side going through. So a lot of us were year young, and we were still like competitive. Like we were smashing teams, and then like typical footy. 20s footy. 1 week, win 70-0, and then the next week lose 44-40. That sort of stuff. It was fun. It was different. It was a learning experience. That's for sure.
Did you know you obviously always wanted to play NRL, but was there a time through 20s and that where you were like, yep, fuck, I'm doing this? Or was it like not until you got that first?
I just always wanted to do it. And I didn't understand really like how important it was to like play good. It was weird. Like when I moved to Newcastle, I always had this mindset of I'm playing footy, like being 20s, you start to work or study. And I always had the mindset of during the week, my job is playing footy. And my job from 7 o'clock to 4 o'clock was just to get me money. And that's such a weird thing, like being a part-time person and being 18, 19 years old. So like I was like, it was a bit of a...
It's hard, bro. That's the thing that I always struggle with the most when I pretended to be able to play footy.
Hey, you're good, bro.
When I was there, like I fucking struggled with that. I couldn't go, all right, I'm playing footy. That's my big thing. I was like trying to study, trying to work, and it was so hard to like go, fuck it. It doesn't matter what job I have. All it is getting money so that I can play footy. That was the biggest struggle for me. So you to be able to do that just would have given you so much more, time and energy to focus purely on your footy.
Yeah. The only reason it's when I moved away from Port, I literally had I found out on the Sunday and I moved on the Wednesday. Like I knew for a while it was coming, and I moved in with my uncle who got us a place, and it was like
straight away, bang.
Hey mate, we got this house. We're moving in Wednesday. Need you here. This is how much rent you get me paid a week.
Okay.
And I'm like, fuck. Okay. Like did all the rounds, said goodbye. Like fuck, trying and say like, oh shit, I don't know how I'm gonna see.
How was that?
It was sad. Like fuck, I mean, it was only 3 hours up the road, and I did the trip 1,000 times, but like
knowing that you couldn't come home and see them.
No, I couldn't go 15 minutes down the road to go see my grandparents or something. It was like rattled me a bit. But yeah, then. I still saw him heaps because I always come to games and stuff, so I was alright. But no, it's good. And then just having that mindset of like footy first, because I was like, alright, if I'm going to move away from these people, and these people gave so much to me, I make sure that I've got to do the best thing. And I reckon if Paul McCory had an NRL team, like I don't know if it would be the same. Because I didn't have so much to play for.
100%.
So much to be there for, and so when I was there, all I wanted to do was just play footy. I moved there to play footy. I didn't move there to have a
social life,
a job at Downer. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So like, that's I guess that's probably a big reason why I probably play.
It is, bro, massively, because I know that if you're gonna do footy, it has to be your life.
100%. It has to be everything.
That's unreal. So that was all through 20s, and then when did it all sort of come? How did you go in 20s?
So halfway through the year,
Yeah.
me and Gibbsy at the actual same time signed to go to Tigers.
Yeah.
So we played out the rest of the year, and then in the back end knew the whole time we were going to go to Sydney and stuff. So we played nights all the way through 16. So it was pretty, like, I guess,
big thing.
Yeah, it was a big thing for us. Like, oh fuck, our last year at the club. Like, oh my god, this is crazy. And then we got to the semi-final, and we versed Broncos.
Yeah.
They had like a Tony Payne.
They had a stacked team, didn't they?
Like, we had a stacked team, but their team was like proper stacked.
Yeah.
And because back then, it used to, because that was the last year of 20s. And
Before it went back to flag.
You wouldn't play your best players, like best 20-year-olds in cup.
Nah.
You'd play them in 20s.
20s, yeah.
Because they were always before NRL, and for whatever reason, they thought 20s to NRL was the best way to go, which obviously isn't.
Yeah.
So, and so, like, every gun was playing 20s.
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
They had a stacked team.
Yeah.
I can't remember, like, Flagler, Carrigan.
Bro, because all those boys that were playing then are pretty much playing grade now.
Yeah. Like, you know, they say, all the young boys coming through, like, it's all of them.
Yeah.
Like, all of them playing. So, they had a gun team.
Yeah, so,
we lost.
he's lost. Finished the year at Newey and then moved to Sydney. What was that like, bro? It would have been a big culture shock. I hate Sydney.
So different. Like, I never liked Sydney.
Yeah,
like,
neither.
Like, when I was young, like, it's like, fuck the traffic, fuck this is shit.
Yeah.
But when I moved there, I think it was all right for me because of what I was doing. If I was doing like just a normal job, I guess or whatever, like, I probably would have hated it, or hated it a lot more.
Yeah.
Just because we had to get up early, I missed all the traffic in the morning. We finished earlier than like a normal
7 to 5 or 7 to 3 or 9 to 5. Yeah.
So I finished earlier than that, so I missed all the traffic, and then I'd go home and play Fortnite back then.
Just relax.
So, and I didn't think too much else about doing anything else.
Yeah, so same thing, bro. Just had that mindset of, well, you were a full timer then, so yeah.
So it's different. So I looked at it differently. So and then for the first like couple of years, I didn't do anything else but footy.
I remember, bro, when like I would have been flag still. And then you boys won the development contracts coming back, and I just remember like you were just fucking footy, bro. Like there was nothing else. Train hard, fucking recover, train hard, eat, you know. And that's the way that you have to be, bro. You know, if you're gonna, that's the difference between the boys that are good in 20s and then the boys that I realize this now that go on to play grade. There is nothing else. Yeah. It's footy. Yeah. Or footy. That's it.
Yeah. And it's a risk, but like it's like
no plan B, bro. You have like
it's literally plan A or bust.
Yeah,
like B's bust.
Bro, I've got that set as my wallpaper now. Like I'm not playing footy anymore, but like that's literally my wallpaper. There is no plan B. Like, and that's the way I think that's the best way to be. Yeah. Like it is risky, but high risk, high reward, bro. So 100%. You had that mindset. What was that like? What was your first like sort of experience being in that system, being in an NRL squad? How did you enjoy that?
It was crazy. It was like everything that I've wanted and more. It's different than now because like at that time we had the oldest team in the NRL. Yeah. So I'll name drop a few people like you had Benji, Russ Packer, Ben Madalino, like Robbie Farah. Like you had like
old legends,
legends, and I'm sitting there like so quiet, like Chris Lawrence, like
bit starstruck.
It's like, you want me to do this? Yep. Yep. You know what I mean? Like it's sort of that sort of thing. For the first like for a while, and like I'm a bit of a quieter person, like until you get to know me, like that trust thing, like I won't say anything when I get to know you, like I'll open up. Yeah. And it took me a while to sort of like get out of my shell a bit, like a few piss ups, got me out of my shell, and then it's just crazy, just like training full time, and I love the trainers there that were there. One of them, Steve Hooper. Yeah, Hoops. Yeah. So he's at the Titans now, bro.
Oh, is he?
So he's our gym guy. Yeah. So every year I've been full time, he's been my trainer.
That's good. He's a legend too.
He's a fucking legend, and he's so him and Ronnie Palmer. Everyone know Ronnie Palmer is if you follow footy. Yeah. They were our two like fucking strength and conditioners, but they did all like running stuff as well, and it was old school, bro. Like we used to go fuck. Like, we used to get fucked up all the time. Like,
Yeah, just flogged.
it was just so old school. Ronnie's stopwatch didn't work, and it's just so different to what it is now.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was good. I didn't care what we did, but that first year was like
Yeah.
the hardest thing ever.
Yeah.
Like, I thought I was fit, and then I go in there, and I was like, oh, I'm alright here, and then like 6 weeks in, I'm folded.
Yeah.
I'm proper fucked. That's the difference. Like, you think you're fit, and then you got to do it. Then you got to do a wrestle session.
Yeah.
And then you got to go do fitness, and then you got to do it again tomorrow.
Yeah.
It's like that's the difference.
Yeah, for sure. It becomes a profession, not just you're doing it for fun.
Yeah, and then you do the recovery.
Yeah, so that would have been a fucking big thing. And by the time you sort of got, so what you did your right age 20s there, was it? Or both years 20s?
Nah, year young Newcastle, and then right age 20s.
So, sweet. So then after 20s, you would have been what? You would have went straight to cup. When did the whole debut come around?
Oh fuck yeah! I was like,
talk us through it, bro.
It was weird. Like,
talk us through, the lead up.
My whole experience at the Tigers was, I never thought my first year being there I was going to debut.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. Like, a few boys go like their first year, like coming up there, like.
Once you're out of 20s, you mean? Or
yeah, like once I was out of 20s, like I thought, fuck, even first, like coming from Newcastle, like I thought, oh fuck, my first year here, like I'm fucking nowhere near.
Yeah.
Like, I thought I was a gun in 20s, like I had a really good year.
Yeah.
And then I go to NRL and I'm like, I'm so fucking far away.
You have no,
like,
it's such a big step.
It's such a fucking big step. And then that first year I was like I'm going well, like I'm training well, like I'm sticking it to them and all that sort of stuff, but like, I'm nowhere near.
Yeah.
But then some boys fucking just come out of nowhere and just bang, like straight on the scene. And my first year I wasn't really thinking too much about playing NRL. I just wanted to play cup.
Yeah.
And then the back end of the year I played pretty much all cup.
Yeah.
And I just wanted to play good footy and then go from there.
Yeah.
Next year comes along, Madge comes.
Yeah.
So it's different. It's like,
who was there before?
Ivan.
Yeah. So it would have been a big shift.
That was that big controversy.
Yeah.
But both great legends. Like
Yeah.
they both good. I was good. I got along really, really, really good with Madge. He helped me out with a lot of shit.
Yeah.
And then the second year, Madge was there. So I was playing cup.
Yeah.
Was playing good footy all year. I was playing centre.
Yeah.
Playing back row.
I remember that actually. Yeah.
And then played back row pretty much all that year.
Yeah.
I was playing good footy and then actually got an 18th man at the end of that year.
Yeah.
And then that's when, like, that year is sort of when I was like, okay, like, I reckon I'm pretty good now.
Yeah, you can have your
like,
confidence in yourself.
I'm not pretty good, but, like, I reckon, like, I'm pretty good ready. I reckon if I got caught up, I reckon I could play.
Yeah.
And then that year I was like, okay, I'm fucking
That's a big thing, bro, too. I think that having, when you make that decision in your head that you're ready for it, people sense that as well. People go, fuck, you start carrying yourself differently. You start training yourself differently. You have a bit more of a voice at training and shit like that too. Yeah.
100%. Because, like I go there and I'm just a young kid and I'm still young. Like, I'm still young now in footy. But, like, when you go, okay, like, I'm ready and, like, I'm having good stats in my games. I'm doing the good things. I'm scoring tries. Like, I'm opposing up against NRL players and I'm playing better than them.
Playing over them,
Yeah, that's when I'm like, okay, if I got the opportunity, I reckon I could go.
Yeah.
We actually had a pretty good year at Tigers that year. We finished ninth.
Yeah.
But, like, we had a good...
Was that the year the cup team was gun? Did you have a gun cup?
Yeah, we had a fucking
gun stacked. Yeah.
It was really stacked.
Yeah.
And we went pretty good that year too in the semis.
Yeah.
It was like 1 or 2 games off the final.
Yeah.
We had a good year there. And so when I had that 18th man, I was sort of close. Yeah. And then had a good the next year.
So this is your third year at Tigers?
So this is about to be my third year at Tigers. Had a really good preseason. Was training well. Madge started putting me in at lock.
Yeah.
Like, I used to play lock as a kid. So I was like a lock 5'8" as a junior.
Yeah.
And then I played centre in the trial for Newcastle. And then they're like, oh, if you can play centre, you can play wing.
Yeah.
So that's what I played, Harrod Mats. I was a winger at Harrod Mats.
Fuck, I didn't know that.
Yeah, I was a winger at Harrod Mats. And then year young SG Ball, I was centre. Right age SG Ball, I was back row or centre back row.
Yeah.
And then first year of 20s, that's when I like made the permanent sort of spot to back row.
Yeah.
And because Toddy Larry was like, we're doing defensive drills. And I was in there as a centre winger.
Yeah.
And he was like, you're playing back row.
Yeah.
And I was like, because I was like rating myself defensively, like I always thought I was a good defender, and yeah, he thought that too, and then that's what he put me in the back row for.
Yeah, sweet.
And so and then back to the story. He started putting me in at lock.
Yeah.
And then I started doing like a bit of ball playing at lock because I like doing that from when I was.
Yeah, when you were a young pup.
Yeah, when I was a kid. So I was doing that at training and sort of got his attention a little bit, and then played the first game of cup at St. George.
Yeah.
And had like probably the best game I've ever played.
Yeah.
I played like 65 straight in the middle.
Yeah.
Like first time playing cup lock.
Yeah.
I had like 180 meters, had like 40 tackles or whatever, like no misses. Like I played really,
yeah.
really
So
well.
great game for a middle. Yeah.
Yeah, like had a mad game, and then COVID happened, and then we had that whole break.
Yeah.
And now, and I reckon this is where it sort of flipped. I was living with one of the boys, and a few of them were like, I don't give a fuck, we're not playing this year.
Yeah,
like,
okay.
We are not playing football this year.
Yeah, because Cup stopped, didn't it?
Cup stopped, and then NRL was like, it was on for a bit. It was on for like another 2 weeks. Cup got called.
Yep.
We're like, oh, fuck, here we go.
Yeah, so the boys were going, fuck, let's,
Like literally after the NRL game.
Yeah.
Sorry, after our Cup game, they're like, yeah, that's the last week of Cup. I was
Fuck.
like, fuck me.
So you would have been just done a massive pre-season.
Yeah, like we thought that like, okay, it's going to be like, okay, a few weeks.
Yeah.
And then NRL got called.
Yeah.
Like a week later.
Yeah.
And a lot of the boys were like, that's it. That's the year done. We had no time frame of when we're coming back to training.
Yeah.
It was so like just locked down. Couldn't do anything. But I know I had this feeling that like if we're gonna come back, we might come back.
Yeah.
Like you don't know. You don't know.
Be ready.
Just be ready.
Yeah.
And so like
Stay ready so you don't have to get ready.
Yeah, exactly right. And I just kept training. Was fit as. I had long hair, shaved it all off. Like did the whole COVID haircut and everything.
Yeah.
And, but yeah, just stayed ready. And then they handed out heaps of gym equipment to us.
Yeah.
And because I had like heaps of boys lived around us, and it was me, Dill Smith, and Harry Grant were all living in the one house.
Yeah.
They gave us heaps of equipment. So I had a single garage, but we just turned it into.
You were at closer. You were at like Irma or something.
Yeah, we're at Irma, right around the corner from Safehearth.
Yeah.
Alex Safehearth, shout out. And yeah, we had a mad setup, like everything you'd possibly had a mad bench set up, like squat racks, rower, everything.
Yeah.
Like heaps of dumbbells. Like it was a mad setup. And we trained, we had our like gym sessions, we just did our own field sessions, like me and Safehearth trained.
So just took it as like you were still in season.
Yeah, took it as if it was still in season, and then because we had it all there and we couldn't do anything else, like that year was depressing as like.
Bro, I remember like I was stuck at home. I ended up going back to fucking Warren, bro, in the middle of nowhere. So I was like,
so you do stuff.
Yeah.
So like we couldn't do anything, and then even when the general public could do stuff, like we weren't allowed to do anything at all. Like
how was that, bro?
It was it was actually so bad. I played so much PlayStation.
Yeah.
And like I was single at the time, and like couldn't have a girl over or anything, and then so it was just like shit as.
Yeah. And you still the whole time didn't know whether he was going to be playing footy or not.
Yeah, just didn't know if we was playing footy or doing whatever we were doing with our lives. Like it was just, who knows what the fuck's going on. And then they're like, oh, okay, we might start doing a bit of training here and there, and they were like, oh, all right. And some boys just still didn't give a fuck. And then me and Safehearth, we just stayed ready.
Yeah.
And then he kept coming over at night, and we were just doing like some extra sessions and all that sort of stuff.
He loved it.
Yeah, he loved it, and then like so did I, and we just fed off each other.
Yeah, that's good.
So we were just like, oh, what are you doing? He just rocked up to the house, and we were like, well, let's do this. Let's do some extra bench. Let's do some more shoulders. Or let's do some arms. Or like, oh, whatever.
Yeah.
Let's do it. And then they gave us like a bit of a time frame. And yeah, then we'll back into it, and then we were doing, it was like 3 times a week, just fitness, but you had to train 2 at a time, and that was it.
What, 2 people on the field?
Two at a time, but that was it. But they gave us a full schedule. So at Concord, there was like 3 fields there.
Yeah.
And so you would have 1 boy in one field and 1 corner. Like 2 boys in one corner, 2 boys in the other corner. And then on the other field, it was the same thing. So you could get it 2, 4, quick maths. 6 boys at a time. And then after an hour session, the next lot of boys would come in. The coaches would be 50 metres away on the phone, and you would have your phone. So they had it all set up, and they'll be like, go, and then we'll do our sprint, and then we'll go back, and they'll be like, okay, now boys, get on this cone. This is what you're doing.
Bro, that's ridiculous.
Oh, it was crazy. And then
like thinking of it, especially now, that we know what's actually like the truth. It's fucked up.
I know it was crazy, but like no one was any wiser. You know what I mean? That's sort of
everyone thought the disease was gonna fucking kill you if you got it. Yeah,
100%. So we were all like, just did it that way. Like no other teams were training. Like we were training, and that was one thing I did love about, like, imagine that, like we worked so hard. And yeah, we went back earlier than everyone else. And I don't know, I took that time just to really, really get better. Yeah. And then, and I think that's sort of where my opportunity came, because I was really ready to go. Yeah. I come back after that super fit. Yeah, I was standing out quite a bit. Alex had his opportunity, and then he debuted, and then it would have been like round 6.
So how long was that gap? How long a break? You would have had for a couple months, wouldn't it?
Yeah, it was like 2 or 3 months. Yeah. It was crazy. Yeah. And so it was quite a while, especially if just unknown. Yeah. So yeah, it was weird. Looking back on it, was fun. Like, I met my wife. Yeah. Through doing that sort of stuff. So like once after the COVID sort of stuff finished up. Yeah. Like it was all sort of like at the back end of it, and they let us like sort of ease back in a bit. And I actually met, her name's Kenza. I met her on Hinge. Okay. Wow. so, online dating. Yeah, it was funny as bro. So we were just we weren't actually. We didn't want to do anything serious, like, at all. Yeah. I was just like, oh, yeah, just casual hook up. And then I know we sort of started to click, yeah. And then she said, I love you, as she walked out the door one day. Wow. And I was like, what did you say? She was like, no, I didn't say it. And
she's a different nationality, yeah?
Yeah, she's French. I never trusted her.
Yeah? That was funny. How was that, bro? Was she, because she's born over there?
Yeah, she's born over there. Yeah, she was so weird, bro. Like, different nationality. At the time, she didn't have a Facebook. She didn't have an Instagram. Wow. Like, you are weird.
Yeah. Like, alien.
Yeah, like, actually, like, what are you doing? And so she's come over, like, watch a movie, blah, blah, blah. And she wouldn't stay up ever. Yeah. She used to go home at, like 2 o'clock in the morning.
Is that like a...
No, she's just weird. Okay. She just likes the night time and that. She would leave at, like, 2 o'clock at night. Yeah. And I'd like get up, I'd like walk her downstairs, and then like make sure she goes out of the house and doesn't steal anything. We laugh about it now. And she was like, "Why are you walking me out?" I was like, "Oh, I just want to make sure you get out alright." Yeah. And I was like, "Oh, we steal my shit."
So you're a bit suspect.
Yeah, always. It's funny. We laugh about it now, and then she's been the best thing ever.
Yeah, unreal, bro.
So, and then that was after my debut.
Let's go back to the debut.
I kept getting sidetracked. You're right, bro. Just getting a roll.
Let's go back to the debut. How did it all come about?
Yeah, it was like, I remember I just got a call from Matt. I knew I was close, and I think that was an injury.
You just feel it, kind of.
Yeah, I was like, well, I felt it for like a year, like half a year. Like, I don't know, with me, I'm not cocky or anything, but like I'm confident. And I knew I was like ready to go, so I was like, should be playing.
You start getting a bit of those little frustrations and that.
Yeah, like I want to play. Like, you never talk bad about anyone or like anything like that.
But you start picking the little things.
Yeah, you're just like, I could have done that. I could have done that better. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
that's just natural, bro. Everyone does that. Yeah.
Someone got injured, and I was like, "Fuck, I must be close. Like, I must be really close." And I imagined how much I wanted it. Like, when my mate passed away, he was there for everything, and then so we got pretty close, and he knew I was
struggling with that.
Yeah, struggling with that, but like he knew I was, I was biting at the bit, biting at the bit to play. Yeah. And he gave me a call one afternoon. Like, I just pulled up at the house, and it was like Tuesday afternoon or something. I don't know why I didn't see him during the day for whatever reason. Or maybe it was just a day off. He goes, "Man, I'm going to play this week." And I was shaking, like I was crying on the phone, like so much. I was like, "Mate, this is the fucking best thing ever." And like, he was so happy. Yeah. Like, so actually, no, I saw him in person, but I called my parents on the phone. That's right. Like, I saw him, and I just gave him a big hug. I was like, "Fuck, best thing ever." Like,
what feelings were going through your body, bro?
It's like just pure happiness. Yeah. Like, I've never felt so happy in my life. Like, everything that I've worked for, like, has paid off. Yeah. Not like, because,
well, bro,
it's only the start.
But like, think about it. when would you have started like properly training for footy? When you was 13?
Yeah.
13 through to, how old were you? 20?
21.
21, bro. Yeah. What's that? 7 years. 8 years of 4 days a week plus a game on the weekend, training, crying, getting hurt, getting injured.
Yeah, getting injured, getting dropped.
All leads up to that. As you're like as a little kid, I know because I was like, you dream about having that phone call, getting that having that conversation with saying you're gonna like debut.
Yeah.
Yeah. So he tells you you're happy as fuck.
Yeah, just gave him a big hug, like, it was so happy. And then all the boys got around me too, like, they know how much, like, they always used to laugh because I was, like, pretty zero at training.
Yeah.
Because, like, I take it serious, you know what I mean? Like, like I was saying before, like, fuck, sometimes I don't joke around just because I'm, like...
That's just your personality, bro.
I'm just serious. I just want to be the best I can be.
Bro, have a look at people like Michael Jordan. He didn't joke. He used to fucking go at people. Yeah,
like, I didn't muck around much until, like, training had finished, like, until we weren't at training anymore, like, I wouldn't muck around, like, and all that sort of, like, good and bad things, like, I wouldn't get along with everyone, but I would... Yeah,
but fuck, bro, you got to you got to stay true to you.
Yeah, exactly, so that's what I was like, and all the boys got around me because I knew how hard I, like... worked for it and that, and everyone was so happy for me, and then, got home and I stopped driving because I didn't want to call him when I was driving, but, I think I called Dad first, and I was bawling my eyes out pretty much from like till like whenever I found out till like that night, just because I was like telling, I talk to Madge and then I'd tell Dad and fucking crying at Dad like fuck, like he was so happy.
Yeah, how he would have been just like over the moon for you.
Yeah, just over the moon for me, just like I just felt so happy being able to do that because of all the stuff that he
100%
did for me. And the same with Mum. Mum was just crying as well, and everyone was crying. And I speak to her, and then gave Pop a call as well. And Pop's like, his nickname was like Bruiser. Like he was a mad footy
old
player
school,
back in the day.
old
like,
head footy player.
Yeah, like he played like 400 or 500 games of first grade. He was a gun. He was actually going to play for Raiders when they first come in the comp.
Yeah,
he was going to be like captain coach or something. Oh fuck, I don't know. But he decided not to do it. He just wanted to play for his local team. Yeah, that was his team.
Yeah.
Because you had to be affiliated to the rival team to play for the Raiders.
Right, okay.
It's so weird.
Yeah.
But he was like,
fuck that. Yeah.
I'm playing for Captain's Flat or whatever team he was playing for.
Yeah.
So he was a gun, so I always like looked to him for like motivation. Or not motivation, but like what's it called? Like
just go to him advice. For the conversations and advice.
Yeah, conversations and advice. And when I told him, like, he was crying and like he's like hard as bro. And he was like crying and like I always say love you on the phone, like to the people I love.
Yeah.
And he never says it back, but I don't care. Like he's just old school like that. And then he said it back to me, he's like, mate, I love you too. And I was like, oh my God.
Yeah. Never got that. Yeah.
Never got that before. So yeah, that was special. And then I had some tickets. Some tickets. So I had all them up, had one of my mates come up. And yeah, because it was COVID, it was
he wouldn't have been allowed to have anyone there.
So no one was allowed there, but the 6 people that I brought.
Okay.
So that was mad. Yeah. So I played my debut against Cowboys, and they were up in the box. Yeah. Or on the far side box, but like it was an outside box. Yeah. And they were in this one little box there by themselves. And they were the only people in the whole place. Is that
because it was your debut?
Because it was my debut, they were allowed to come.
Yeah.
So they were the only 6 people in the whole crowd, besides all the staff and that.
Yeah.
So, like, as weird as it was making my debut in front of nobody, like, when this is supposed to be the pinnacle of the league is playing NRL. Playing NRL, and there's no one there. Yeah. It's like, what is going on? Like, I'm used to having more fans at, like, under 16s game.
Yeah, for sure.
I mean, but at the same time, it was, like, the best thing ever because I could hear everything they were saying.
Yeah.
Like, I could hear Nan going, yeah, go Samo. But it's like, so I'd never be able to hear that.
Do you reckon it took away or added to it?
No, added for sure.
Yeah.
Like, sure, like, after a few games, I was like, all right, I'm ready to play this.
Some crowd.
I want some crowd now.
Yeah.
But, yeah, for sure, at the start, I was definitely like, that for that debut, like, I don't have problems getting up for games.
Yeah.
But, like, Were you nervous?
Were you nervous?
I was so nervous because, like, that Cowboys team was all right. Like, we beat them. We still had Jason Tamlo. I think Michael Morgan was playing.
When you're playing against, like, people that, when we were younger, like, no matter what, if there's a crowd there or not, you're going, holy fuck.
Yeah, like they had a lot of players from their grand final, and they played, and that was like only like 3 years later.
Yeah.
Like I remember sitting in Port watching the grand final with all my mates.
Yeah.
And then a few years later, like I'm versing players that are in that team.
Must be a full circle moment where you're like, fuck, like this is crazy. Yeah.
Yeah. And everyone's going like, oh fuck, yeah, you're gonna go tackle the Tamalolo, and I'm like, oh no. So
Yeah.
But then you go out there, and then you're like, I shit you not, I don't remember a single thing from that game.
Just too much adrenaline,
I do not remember a single thing.
Yeah.
I remember taking my first hit up, getting pumped. I just remember getting pumped in my first run. Like I didn't like fall on my ass or anything, but I remember just ran. Probably ended up on my back.
Yeah.
And that's pretty much it. I remember just like you hit me.
The rest is just a blur.
I remember you hit me so fucking hard.
Yeah.
And it was just a normal tackle.
Yeah.
And then I remember get up, and then Brooksy was like, just take it a bit wider, like catch it wider off the rock. I was like, yeah, all right. I was like, fuck, I just want to get carried. And he was like, no, we'll help you. Yeah. I was like, oh, all right, sweet. Yeah. I'm going to marker and someone else jam me. And like, fuck, I know all this shit. It's just so nervous.
There's so much adrenaline, bro.
Getting bored, I'm like, just shaking.
Crazy.
And then from there, I played 12 games, and then it was good.
That's unreal, bro. So, that year came to an end, and when was the whole sort of decision made to come up here?
It was weird because I had a really good year there. Yeah. And then back in, like I was off contract, and I actually changed managers. My old manager didn't do much for me. Yeah. Did not do much for me at all. And he told me he talked to all these different clubs and all this sort of stuff, and then he told me he talked to all these different clubs, and then
nothing ever came.
He goes, oh mate, the Tigers actually going to offer you the exact same amount of money you're on this year. Okay. Another club offered you this match. These clubs don't want you. Yeah. And then, but in reality, it was the same money. So like I signed that when I was 18, 19, and I was on whatever I was on for the last year. Like it wasn't huge. It was like low for an NRL contract, and I just had a breakout year in the NRL. Yeah. And he reckons that they'll offer me the exact same.
So he obviously wasn't doing his job properly.
Yeah, he wasn't doing his job properly.
Because that as an NRL club, they're gonna try and get away with whatever they can.
Exactly. Yeah. But you push for more, or like he obviously wasn't chasing it that hard. Like one or the other. And anyway, I was just like, I didn't think he was doing good enough. So I said like,
part ways.
But it was a hard process because he got me a beauty because we caught up for coffee. I always had to go. He's far to go see him, and when I saw him, he like made me sign this thing. He's like, yeah, blah, 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 yeah. But it was me signing for like another 5 years with him. Okay. I had no idea.
Okay, so you just
And some managers are so dodgy. Yeah. And I don't know if he manages anymore. If I'm being honest, heaps of people left him. Yeah. But yeah, and then I got out of it because of like a few rules that he didn't follow. So I got out of that, and now I'm with this guy named Liam Pride, and best dude ever. Yeah. He's like the complete opposite. Like within a week, he reached out to every single club, gave me their name, the phone number, and a reason, and what was texted and spoke about. Yeah. But because it was like 2-3 weeks leading into preseason, a lot of teams were already had their spots full, had no money left. Yeah. Like all that sort of stuff. Yeah. And so it was actually
you were getting a bit like nervous.
A bit nervous. And Tigers didn't actually offer me a contract. Yeah. I guess in time. Yeah. Because I was like, fuck, preseason's 2 weeks away.
I got nothing.
All these dudes, like,
going back.
Everyone at the club thought I was staying. Yeah. But then the person in administration just never gave me a contract. Okay. And I was like, look, I'm not waiting around. Like, if I'm gonna go, like, I need to sort out my life. Yeah. And so Titans offered me a couple-year deal, and I knew it was gonna be harder, I guess, to make the team just because
of the team.
Like Dave and Tino just signed. Yeah. But I wanted to go there because Dave and Tino just signed.
Yeah. Young group of boys.
Young group of boys, and all hungry as, like, and I knew I wanted to be a part of, like,
make something special.
Make something special in that. And it was a bit closer to home, like not by much, but it was a bit closer to home as well. It was more my, on the beach is a bit more my vibe than in a Western Sydney. Yeah. So that sort of was a bit of a part of it as well. But I just wanted the best footballer I can be. Yeah. And I thought at the time, well, still, it was a good decision. Yeah. To come here.
Yeah. So that's unreal, bro. What was that like? What was the difference? What were the biggest differences you reckon between Tigers and Titans?
all the boys are heaps tighter.
Yeah.
So much tighter. Like all the boys are like mates of Tigers.
Yeah.
Like, don't get me wrong, but it's like
bit more morale.
It was weird. It's just everyone sort of.
I feel like it's
a bit better,
bro. I feel everyone up here. I think like you have better, like everyone has conversations. Everyone's happier. Everyone's like cruisy, and like it just feels like a little like it feels like community. No matter where you go up here, I reckon.
Yeah.
The thing about Sydney is like once you finish training, you go home, you go fucking an hour and a half away, and then the only time you ever see each other is at training.
Yeah.
Yeah.
100%. There's a lot more to do. And it's probably because you do more.
Yeah.
Like outside of footy, unless we did like a piss up or we had a teammate video, we wouldn't really hang out with too many of the boys.
Yeah.
Just because it's like a long way.
The trek, yeah.
It was just a pain in the ass to sort of do that sort of stuff.
Yeah.
Like, unless it was like with the boys that live right near me.
Yeah.
I'd hardly do anything. I'll just like sit down and play PlayStation with them.
Yeah.
But like here, there's just so much to do. It takes 5 minutes to get to everyone's house. Like,
yeah.
You know what I mean? A lot more to do. Like, I like hanging out. I love staying at home and doing all that sort of stuff. But it's just easy. It's just cruisier. Like,
it's cruisy, bro. Yeah, I love it.
A lot less pressure.
Yeah.
I feel like on maybe some of the boys too.
Yeah.
Just because we're younger and the boys are maybe a bit older. And
yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah. But you're liking it. You're loving it here.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
I love
good.
it for sure.
How's going this year, bro? To be fair, I haven't like the weirdest thing for me is that as soon as I stopped playing footy, I fucking just stopped, bro.
Just stopped. Yeah.
And like I'm starting. It's been like I haven't played for 2 years now. I'm starting to get the itch to like fucking play again.
Yeah.
How are you boys going this year?
Not actually going that good. No, not really.
How are you going? How are you liking your footy?
I think I've been playing really good footy this year.
Yeah.
Being honest. I love been playing good. That was only my second game on the weekend.
Yeah.
I like to be playing a bit more.
Yeah.
But yeah, individually I've been. So
you have been having a few injuries, eh? You got hurt at the start of the year, yeah?
Yeah. So my first year at Titans, I broke my toe, and so it took me a while to get into the team.
Yeah.
But then once I was in the team pretty much the whole way through.
Yeah.
And then the start of this preseason I hurt I know it was weird. It was on my knee or something. It wasn't anything that serious, but it was my knee, and it just kept me out of a trial.
Yeah. And
like when you're sort of like
on the fringe.
Yeah, like on the fringe, like you're not one of the big name players. Like you're fighting for spots.
Yeah.
And I don't play the trial, like all that sort of stuff. So like you automatically step back. And I'll never use injury as an excuse, but like you do get
pushed to the side
a little bit. And then you just got to work your way back into it, and then
it's all part of the journey, bro. Shit happens.
Rugby league is a roller coaster. That is one thing I've learned.
Yeah, 100%.
It's so many ups and downs. It's crazy. Whether you're like AJ Brimson, the best player, like in our team, or one of the best players in our team, or you, me, or you, one of the young boys, or like Dave Fafita, like whoever, you always have ups and downs.
Yeah, you're on the chopping block every single week, bro. Too
100%. Like you might not be like out of the team every week, but like you have ups and downs.
100%. Nah, that's good, bro. Well, fuck, man. I'm happy for you, and like I said, it's been mad me being able to watch like that journey, because I know how much you fucking like how hard you work and how much you're just fucking footy, but it's what you need to do to get here, bro. So I appreciate that. Bro. No worries, bro. I've got a couple 5 quick short questions for you, bro. All right, to wrap up.
Sweet.
All right. Number 1, what is your death?
Nervous.
I get excited asking these because people never really know. All right, what's your death row meal?
My death row meal. Oh shit, that was a bit deep, isn't it? Probably like pizza and pasta, bro.
Pizza and pasta, yeah.
It's similar. It's
what kind of pizza?
Everyone hates Hawaiian. I love Hawaiian.
Hawaiian pizza? And what about the pasta?
Honestly, whatever I feel like on the day.
Yeah.
I don't know. Death day. But it could be anything. Pepperoni, Hawaiian. I love all pizza. I love
pizza, pasta, Italian.
Yeah, it's Italian. Like it could be spaghetti bowl. It could be carbonara. I don't care. As long as it's good Italian, I love it.
That's mad. Sweet, bro. All right. What advice would you give to 15-year-old you if you could have a conversation with him?
Don't listen to everyone else. Yeah. Like, don't like follow your own path and be you. Stay true to yourself.
Yeah, 100%.
And I felt like I did that the whole way.
Yeah.
Like I don't have any regrets about shit that I've done. like, of course, like, everyone's human, you fuck up, you do dumb shit or whatever, but that's one thing I was really, really proud of myself is that 15-year-old when we all started getting on the piss and all that, like, being in a small town, like, people were getting pissed at us when we were, like, 15.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And I didn't drink till I was, like, I did drink one or two here and there, like, I drank at the right time.
Yeah.
I never drank for just, like...
For the sake of it, bro.
For just the sake of it. Like, if I didn't have footy the next weekend or if, like that sort of thing, like, or it was like we weren't playing footy, it was off season, like, yeah, I'd have a few drinks with the boys. Like, I wasn't a loner, like, it wasn't like that, but, like, I'd always go to house parties every weekend and I'd never drink.
Yeah. It's dedication, bro. It's hard when you're a young fella too.
Yeah, because everyone pays you out.
It. Yeah.
Everyone pays you out and they'll be like, oh, this bloke signed a Bulldogs, bro, and he's getting on the piss. Look how fucking Ben he is. And I'm like, bro, I don't care. That's him. He can do him.
That takes a lot.
Yeah.
It takes a lot of strength to go, fuck yous. Like, I'm doing what I want to do.
Yeah, and like at the time I wasn't very popular because of that, because I didn't want to get on the piss with the popular kids, you know what I mean? So so I wasn't popular with the kids, and then like girls didn't want to talk to me because I'm not getting on the drink. You know what I mean? But it's like that, bro. Like all the popular,
it is, man, especially when you're young. Like
all the popular boys are like whoever got the most drunk or like the most girls. You know what I mean? Like it's like that type of
just like kiddie shit.
Yeah, it's like a kiddie shit, and I was like, oh no, I didn't really care for it much. Like I was just there to be happy with me mates.
Yeah, no, that's
and
good, bro.
And my real mates knew that it didn't matter.
Well, that's the thing. If they're if they are your real friends, they're not going to be the ones that say you're a fucking bitch for not doing it. They'll understand that you're dedicated and whatever. So 100%. That's good, unreal, bro. So stay true to you. That's really good advice. What would you say your why is?
It's changed a bit.
Yeah.
My deep meaning. This is gonna sound so gay, but I just don't want to be average. Like I don't want to be
average.
Like fuck average. And I've always said this. Like I remember having like big team meetings and like would ask like, oh, what's your why? And like I do play for my family. I do love my parents. Like I do give everything to them. But even deeper than that, like I set so much pressure on myself. Like like fuck average. Like I do not want to be one of those guys that play fuck 5-10 like NRL games. Like I'm up to 24 now. Yeah. But like I still want to play 200, 300. Like as many as I possibly can. Yeah. Like I just want to make the most of everything I do. And then now it's still the same, but now like obviously got Ken's my wife. Like I said before, like she's pregnant now. We got a little baby boy.
I said before, bro. Massive congrats on that.
Thanks, bro. So yeah, little baby boy in the way, and we're so excited and pumped for that. So it's also the deepest meaning will always be
where you've come from and who the people that you're doing it for.
Yeah, or even deeper than that, it's like I don't want to be average. Like it's myself. Like I wouldn't.
Where does that come from, bro? Because I'm exactly the same. I don't. It's not that like being average or being normal is a bad thing, but it's just I can't get away from
I can't let an effort slip. Like if I see someone like just like for a footy example, if someone makes a break, I can't not chase them. Like I can't miss a time in my fitness unless if I'm fucking physically can't do it. I cannot miss it. Like something is wired in my brain that like just won't let me to do it.
Do you think that's learned or do you think that's just in you?
I think it's both. Like I reckon because Dad was a mad footy player, Mum. Pop was a footy player, so it was like
always had that.
It was a bit there, and always like got told that sort of stuff. And then Mum was like, she was a really, really good like swimmer. Yeah, and like she's a triathlete now. Mum had breast cancer. Yeah. When I was a kid, and she wasn't doing very good. And then a few years later, she climbed Mount Everest. Yeah. Okay. So like I pull a lot of
inspiration. And
stuff from different people, and that's probably like subconscious in my head.
Yeah.
And then probably just trying to prove heaps of doubters wrong when I was growing up as well, and then I think now it's just in me. I was just like, it's just who I am.
You won't settle for anything less than your best.
Yeah, exactly right. So
that's one of the best ones I've heard so far, bro. That's good. I really appreciate that one. Well, that's pretty much leads straight into our next one, bro. What's your definition of success?
That's a tough question. Success can mean so many different things, but it's, I guess, I personally think I could go win a grand final. Yeah. I could go play the Hall of Fame, but then I'd always be like, oh, what's next? Yeah. You know what I mean? Yeah. So I think I'm going to die probably unhappy. Yeah. Like, just because I'm like,
there's always something.
There's always something else. Like, that sort of sounds sad or whatever, but it's like,
I'm exactly the same, bro.
It's like if I go have a mad game, I'll be like,
can always be better.
I could have done something there. Yeah. Like something like here's something there. So like
You think the pursuit
Yeah,
of
the journey's more important than the goal.
success
You know
is let me I reckon I'm very this much similar. I think that people have successes, but it's very hard to be successful. I think that in order to be successful, you have to be the absolute best version of yourself, and we're always chasing that.
Yeah, always chasing that.
Yeah.
I reckon you can have little successful moments.
Yes.
You know what I mean? But
Yeah, 100%.
But fuck, what happens if I go win a grand final this year and then I never play footy again?
100%.
You know what I mean? Like,
you're only as good as your next performance or your next effort, whatever.
Yeah, 100%. So, like, I always try and...
Just chase greatness.
Just always try to chase greatness. Like, everyone has their days and that, but, like, always just thinking, like, oh, fuck, I got to be doing something.
Something better, yeah. I'm the same, bro. It consumes me.
Yeah.
I wish sometimes that I didn't have it because life would be a lot easier.
Life would be so much more happier as well. Like, and that's why I'm so serious and stuff. It's like, you know, like always like lighten up, like have a joke, like laugh and stuff. And I'm like fuck, I can't. Like,
I just bro, it's not. I used to get upset at myself, but I've just accepted it as who I am now.
Yeah, like I as much as it's a good thing, it's a curse.
Yeah. Yeah, it is. I agree.
Like,
you just got to embrace it, bro. You got to embrace it and go, fuck it. Like, that's who you are. So, make the most of it. Yeah. 100%. All right, bro. Last question. What's next for Sam McIntyre?
Have a good year.
Yeah.
I just want to get a spot, like, consistently.
Cement
a spot. Just get some consistency in my life. And, yeah, then look forward.
Little bub on the way.
And then, and just keep going. Just as like a person as well, just like not only as like
a footy player.
As a footy player,
yeah.
I take a lot of the serious stuff home as well. Like I gotta lighten up. So just keep doing that sort of stuff, and just have a look at stuff outside of footy as well.
Yeah.
So done a few things, like done a business course and done my PT course and stuff like that. So just keep growing. Yeah, that's pretty much it.
Unreal, brother. All right, thank you for jumping on. Appreciate the talk. Let's do it again.
Sounds good, brother.
Easy, brother. See you later.
See ya.